Men overcomplicate talking to girls just because they're nervous. It's so simple. So I'm gonna give you 7 techniques that end up making talking to girls so easy that they will not be able to stop thinking about you. Starting with number 1, ask questions that always get a response. You see, women process meaningful information through the central route of their brain and simple information that's easy to forget through the peripheral route of the brain. I'm gonna show you how to stimulate the central route of her brain so she is more engaged and active in that conversation. First, start the conversation with a minute of small talk just to lighten the mood, get to know her. Then, you will want to casually bring up a world event that will spark her curiosity and will force a response. For example, you could say something like, "You see what happened between the Israel-Palestine conflict?" Everyone will have an opinion on that, but more importantly, it will show that you're more mature and you're interested in the world, but also will open the conversation in a natural and more engaging way. Then, if she says yes, you can easily ask her for her opinion on the subject. You could say stuff like, "What are your thoughts on it? Do you believe Israel is right?" This loaded question will result in an emotional response, but also will tell you everything you need to know about her morals and see if they align with yours. Remember, when you talk to a girl, it's not a game of 20 questions. That's boring. It's about igniting curiosity in her where she feels compelled or engaged to want to talk to you. And now, I just gave you those exact questions to ignite curiosity in her, but that's not enough. Not if you want to keep that conversation going. For that, you'll need these last 6 tips. Number 2, give her a compliment she's never received before. When it comes to compliments, every guy takes the route of just complimenting on her physical. They say things like, "Oh, you have nice eyes, you look so pretty." This is wrong, because the men that get the most women give women compliments they've never heard of. So I'm gonna show you how to find something unique to compliment her on. First, when you talk to a girl, you need to avoid complimenting a girl on her looks entirely. This method will make her wonder why you aren't. This is gonna make her want your attention even more, but it also shows that you're different than other guys. Then, I want you to compliment something that's non-physical about her. For example, building on the last tip that we just talked about, asking a triggering question. Once she gives you her opinion, you can then respond with, "Wow, you know what? That's a really smart way to look at it." By going beyond her physical appearance, you show her that you're not like every dude desperate to compliment her on her looks, which will make her feel more comfortable and interested to open up to you in a meaningful way. 3, make her talk more so you remain mysterious. The most powerful method to keep a conversation going on with a girl is to make it all about her. But keeping it about her can be difficult if she keeps asking you questions. So, here is a trick to revert the attention back to her, which will make her feel appreciated and keep you mysterious. First, if she does throw a question your way, you should answer it, but do not unload your entire life story. Keep it short and sweet, and then you will steer that conversation right back to her. For example, if she asks you, "What do you do for work?" you could say, "Oh, I work for X, but that's boring. Tell me about what you do." And just like that, by not giving her enough information, you will increase your mysterious nature and decrease the chances of coming on too strong, which according to science, is something women find extremely attractive in men. And then when she responds and tells you what she does, you can steer her right into having her talk more about herself with phrases like, "That sounds fun, do you enjoy it?" Or, "Do you think you'll work there long term? Or will you switch careers at some point?" The key here is that you won't dodge the question. You will answer it, keep it short, and quickly revert it back to her. 4, enhance your biocommunicators to make her open up to you. Communication isn't just about what you say. In fact, most of it happens before you even open your mouth. It is in your body language, but it is also in your biocommunicators, like your scent. By enhancing your scent, you can create an environment where women feel comfortable, and this comfort will lead her to being more engaged in a conversation, making it easier for you to talk to her. So here are 3 easy things you need to look for in your next fragrance. First, you gotta consider your own genetics, because studies have found that women prefer a man with a different genetic code than themselves, something women can pick up by smelling your major histocompatibility complex. This is a genome in your own natural scent. In simple terms, this doesn't mean you should change your genetic code, but instead, you should enhance your own natural scent. Very few fragrances operate this way, but we've been working on a limited edition Santa Lucia fragrance for now over 8 months. That's how hard this one's been to put together. And it uses 2 specific compounds, Ambrox DL and Iso E Super. Both of these force the scent to change depending on your own skin's pH level. In other words, this new fragrance that I'm creating for my brand Santa Lucia will smell completely different on every individual, enhancing your own natural scent. Second, you need a scent that aligns with her own personal interests. For example, research has shown that women that prefer a more woody scent are interested in nature-based activities or the outdoors. Wood also makes women feel more relaxed and comfortable, while women who prefer more rose or flower-based scents are typically more urban, prefer the city life and high fashion. Rose-based scents also typically make women feel more connected and adventurous. So, find out what the girl you want is into. Is she more outdoor-based? Is she more city life? And your fragrance should have either a rose or a wood note. And as a matter of fact, this is one of the areas where we're stuck with this new fragrance that we're building for Santa Lucia. We're not sure if we should add a woody note or a rose note. They both smell incredible. So I need your help on this one. I want you to comment down below, what note would you prefer here? Would you want something more woody that'll make her comfortable, or something more rosy that has a feminine undertone but will help you connect with her? Comment down below. The one that has the most comments, that's the note we're gonna go with. And the third thing is that you want a cologne that has the right base notes. The reason base notes are important is because they make the scent last longer, but they also increase that sexual libido in women, making them far more interested in talking to you. In fact, studies show that one of the most effective notes you can have in a cologne to attract women are spicy and peppery notes. And that's the exact reason why my new fragrance that I'm formulating, this thing's gonna be a powerhouse for any man that wears it, has both pink and black pepper. You thought I was joking, like 8 months of formulation and sampling. But here's the coolest part. There's only 1,000 of these that have been made and will ever be made. Fully limited edition. And every bottle will be stamped 1 out of 1,000, 300 out of 1,000, which means only 1,000 of you will get it. This fragrance will drop February 24th at 10 a.m. Eastern. And if you want to be one of the first ones into the site, we're going to do something special. You can sign up to our email newsletter down below. And those that do will get an email first before anybody else, so they can pick up a bottle. And once these are sold out, you'll never see them again. 5, practice how you talk by interviewing yourself. One of the reasons why men struggle talking to women is because they feel like they have nothing interesting to talk about. And because of that, they feel insecure. So, here's how to fix both of those problems with the podcast solution. First, look up the 5 most interesting questions someone can ask a podcast guest. As a matter of fact, I'll do the work for you. Here are the top 5. Take a screenshot, save it on your phone, because the next time that you are alone, you could be walking, you could be in your room, you could be driving to work, I want you to ask yourself each of these questions, almost as if a podcast host was asking them to you, and out loud, respond with as much passion and enthusiasm as you can. Doing this over time, you're going to improve your neural connections in your brain, making it easy to talk, especially to girls. So at this point, you're asking emotional questions that will always get a response. You're giving her unique compliments she's never heard of. You're reverting focus back to her, keeping you mysterious. You're enhancing your natural scent, making her more comfortable around you. And now, you're practicing how to have a conversation with the podcast method. But to really be able to have amazing conversations, you're missing 2 more things. You need to learn how to listen, and you need to make her laugh. And that's what I'm going to show you next. Number 6, stop trying to be interesting. Studies show the average man only recalls 50% of what is said to them by a girl. The reason for this is that most men are so focused on trying to look cool or appear interesting to her that you're not actually focused and being interested in her. And that is what is destroying your conversations. So to show her that you're fully interested, there are 4 things that you want to do physically. First, as soon as you start the conversation, I want you to check your phone and then say sorry, acknowledge you're being rude before you put it back away. By doing this, you're going to make her want your attention a little more, but more importantly, you're showing her you're about to give her your full attention. Then, as she speaks, I want you to nod your head up and down at least 3 times while she's talking to you. A study that was conducted by Hokkaido University showed that those who nod in the middle of a conversation are 30% more likable. And finally, this is the key one. Whenever it's your turn to speak, I want you to use the 3-second rule, where when she's done talking, I want you to stop, think about what she said, and then count up to 3 seconds in your head. And then you engage. This method will show that you are genuinely processing what she said and aren't just trying to jump to talk again, but it will also show confidence and control in that situation. Number 7, you will use subtext to make her laugh. Humor is one of the most important things to make a woman attracted to you in the middle of a conversation, as it will produce bonding hormones inside of her, like endorphins and oxytocin. So even if you're not funny, I'm gonna show you how to have humor using subtext. Subtext is just the art of saying one thing, but implying something else. For example, let's say you're on a date, she accidentally tips something over, or her phone drops, right? Instead of just like a sip, sorry, here you go. Why don't you just sit back and start like smirk a little bit and be like, congratulations, great job, right? Obviously, you don't actually think she did a great job. You're using subtext, right? She messed up. The subtext here is that you're making fun of the situation in a lighthearted way, and not only will she laugh, she'll feel more comfortable because it was an accident. Another example, let's say you walk into the restaurant and it's empty. Most people would be like, oh wow, it's empty, or oh wow, this restaurant sucks. Instead, say something like, wow, looks like they're fully booked, or wow, must be a 5-star, right? You're using subtext, she'll giggle, now it's a funny thing, and you guys can sit down. This way of speaking or thinking is unexpected, will subvert her expectations, will make her laugh, increasing bonding hormones and making you more attractive in any conversation. You use this with the other 6 tips, you'll talk to any girl with ease.